Great Britain is a country made up of four countries located on two islands, Ireland and Great Britain, just off the coast of Europe. How did geography shape this country? Well, to start off, let's focus on the location. Being just off the coast of Europe meant England could protect itself from invaders. Well, not if you're the Romans, Normans, or Saxons. Great Britain is also one part of the land bridge that creates the English Channel. An important chokehold in this channel is the Strait of Dover. This is the busiest shipping lane in the world and connects northern Europe to the outside world. Moving on to the country's geography. Another important waterway is the River Thames. This river connects the eastern side of the North Atlantic Ocean all the way to Crebble in the heart of southern England. How did geography affect the people on these islands? Well, the first people were Celtics. They were called Britons, hence the name Britain. Then the Romans came along. The Romans established the capital London on the River Thames. They also brought the Latin language to the islands. The Romans also pushed out, or maybe they assimilated, the local Celts in everywhere but Wales and the parts of Great Britain that would not colonize. Eventually the Roman Empire fell, and then came the Germans, specifically the Anglo-Saxons. These people may have ravaged the countryside, but they did bestow upon the British the basis of the English language. One interesting thing about the Germanic invaders was that they called the natives Welsh. Welsh means foreign, and this survives on to this day, with the now Germanic assimilated England calling the Celtic retaining part of Britannia Wales. The next group of invaders was the French. These northern French people, called the Normans, invaded England in 1066. They brought with them the heavy French influence into English. Wales was annexed by the Norman England in 1282. Then there was the 100 Years' War, yada yada. Scotland became annexed in 1603. Then hey, look at what Spain and Portugal found. Ooh, but they kinda got too pushy on the whole conversion thing and couldn't handle inflation. Well, England would get the chance to make colonies first in North America. Those 13 colonies would break off because of taxes.
And nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong.
But they did manage to kick the French out of Canada. Then they gobbled up Belize and Jamaica, then a giant chunk of Africa. Oh shoot, those pesky Dutch messing around in the East Indies. Nope, that was for the British, and they took Malaysia and Singapore. But France says, hey, we want to be this superpower of the world. Bunch of wars, but they didn't go anywhere. Then Britain would gain the crown prize of their empire, India. India had spices, great location, textiles, and a population that could be put to work. They would also get Egypt, eventually building that precious Suez Canal, and would get a cool place to put their convicts and sheep with Australia and New Zealand. Hold up, there's another big country that wants to be a superpower. It's Russia. But they would lose the Crimean War, fail to gain a significant influence in the Qing Empire, and ultimately could not modernize the way Britain did with its Industrial Revolution. Now that every other would-be world power was done for, Britain stood alone as the sole superpower. The sun never set on the British Empire. But hold on, a bunch of Germans have just united and they are getting angsty for a war. A shot Austrian duke would give them that excuse, but they would lose, and Britain would expand to its largest size, becoming the largest empire in history. The sun truly never set on the British Empire. But wait, the Germans are back at it again. However, they would lose again. But Germans would still have the last laugh, as their largest diaspora, and also former colony of Britain, would step up to take the place of the world's sole superpower. This was probably the best way the British Empire could end, with its sun as its heir, and its language as the language of business. Britain is still very much relevant, though, with the fifth largest GDP, still a sizable amount of overseas territories, and most of their former colonies still have the Queen as their ruler, even if this is all for show.